Well, good morning, everybody. Looks like we got some decent rain overnight, but the burn pile looks like it did burn pretty good. So I'm gonna let Robert put a little bit of fuel in the 350 this morning and then go over here and finish digging the stumps up with that. I'm gonna take the 220, sort through that burn pile, kind of get everything back burning, grab some of this brush, and then I should be able to kind of go back over there behind him, grab some of those stumps, keep transferring them up there and getting those burnt. And today we should get all of that cleared and put in the burn pile and possibly start digging a hole over there and getting rid of some of this mess. I'm sorting through the burn pile this morning, kind of pulling out everything that didn't burn. These would be what's left of those big logs I put in here, and just trying to take everything and stack it up over here now, back into a pile where it can start burning again. That would be that one big pine log right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the pile like this. Maybe. And we'll stack everything else up around it. So luckily most of this stuff, once you kind of drop it a little bit, knock the dirt off of it, tends to start back burning again. I'm going to try to move the pile over a little bit to get it out from over top of that pile of ashes and get it a little bit farther away from where we have to work. And then we can maybe start cleaning this area up later today once we get all the stumps dug up. Is the plan. I'm really glad I came over here Saturday and set this pile on fire. That way all of that is gone this morning, and all I have to do is just kind of rake through here and pick out the stuff that didn't burn, and then start grabbing some of that brush and piling it on top, and we'll have some stumps dug up by then. We'll load them up, either put them in the truck or transfer them over here. Might just throw them in the dump truck. See how it goes. As wet as it is this morning, not really going to be using any bulldozers. The dozers are the fastest, but when it's wet, you just end up pushing a lot of mud up when you try to rake. It can be a little aggravating. Dig a hole up there on top of the hill once everything's burnt, and get some dirt to kind of level up the side where the house is going to go, where the driveway is going to come in. So that's what we'll use all this stuff for, to fill that hole in, kind of make it all work. We got to finish building the driveway. If my overflow pipe ever comes in, we've got to take the mini excavator and go down there and put that in real quick. That won't be too bad. I'm just going to do a little horizontal pipe through the dam there. Keep it nice and simple. Get this graded out where we can start hauling some stone and putting it down on the driveway here. just going to use the excavator and pick through all the stumps that Robert has taken up this morning. Grab these and kind of toss them over here into a pile. It's just as wet as it is. I just don't even feel like trying to push anything with the dozer. Just end up with a giant pile of mud and stumps. No more than it is. We'll just sit here and just kind of pick through them and toss them over there. It'll take 3 or 4 tosses, but get them moved over there. Let him, he's got maybe another 30-45 minutes worth, about 30 more minutes worth of stump in there. Probably put the grafter rake back on that machine, and I'll finish stacking the fire with that. He can kind of run through here, pick the rest of this stuff out, keep kind of tossing it over there to me while I kind of stack the fire up with that machine. Might be dry enough to blade over this with the dozer, just kind of rake it out and blade it off. Just see how that works out. It is very wet up there. Down here it's so bad because we just broke ground on it. But anything that was already stumped prior to the rain is a muddy mess. Robert do the stumping, like I said, but it's a 350. I think he was about tired of picking sticks out of the ground with this. It's aggravating. It is. It can get a little monotonous. Trying to clean up after logging debris. I got a case of the sleepies all of a sudden. Throw some more of these stumps in the fire and let it burn down. I did find one big stump right there. We'll have to dig up. Let him grab that on the way out. I'm sure there's some more under that pile right there. That stuff kind of got pushed up over top of some stumps, so we'll see what becomes of that. Stuff is definitely burning slower today, being so wet. But I'll get it piled up and let it do what it's going to do. Last stump. Well, probably not. I'm sure there's another one hiding out here somewhere that I haven't found yet. Fire is burning. Not burning the greatest in the world, but it's burning. So let him dig that up. We'll go take that stumper off and put the grafter rake on there. I'll finish moving that big pile over here onto the burn pile, and he can start transferring those stumps over there. That was a big stump too. Being in goopy red mud's not helping anything. He's almost got it. All the power. It wants to come out. Look how the ground is steaming from where the fire was over top of it. Can't tell what type of tree that is. I think that's a... It looks like a poplar tree, but it's digging up like a pine stump. I have to go over there and help pull on it, give it the old 570. Are we going to dig the last stump together? Well, it took a 570 to get that one out of the ground, a 220 and a 350. We got it though. That was a big pine stump. It was before we turned it into mulch. It's amazing what a half, 3/4 of an inch of rain will do. Just take it and make everything an absolute mess. All right, well, I'm gonna hook these hoses up on the grafter rake so I can start using it to finish grabbing all this stuff. He can kind of rake through that with the 220. So I'm gonna start piling these stumps and more brush on the fire. It's taking off pretty good now. Can't get this stuff burned up today, and then have to sort through it tomorrow and finish cleaning stuff up. Go ahead and get a couple more grabs of brush and pile on here. Boy, it's got plenty of fuel to feed the fire. And then Robert is working on grabbing those stumps from out back and bringing them over here. We'll get all that put on there as well. Big grapple full. We're going to make some smoke clouds today. finally starting to break. A little bit more sunshine in here. Maybe it'll start drying this mess out. This much brush right here. The reason I'm not burning it right there was because it's kind of in the way of where I've got to haul dirt to build the driveway and everything, so that's why I kind of moved the pile over here to burn it. That way it could burn and not be in the way while we're working. Glad I did come over here Saturday and did what I did. It definitely made a huge help for this week. That's a whole truckload of brush right there. Oh, we are making clouds now. We ain't made that much on all the fires I've done out here. It'll catch up here pretty soon. The wind's blowing in a direction where there's nothing for a very long ways. We gotta save the turtle. Come here, little buddy. Come here. All right, let's go put you in the woods. I'll go put you in the cab with Robert. Y'all can talk. Huh? He's raking through that. Pushing that mess down here. We're going to fill in this big low spot with it. Get all that tracked in. I got you a buddy. He said no. The swimming. We're swimming. All right. You stay in the woods and don't get run over. All right. Be free, little buddy. Decided to get back on the 220 here. It's just a little more nimble, picking through the pile here, and faster in my opinion to pick out little sticks like this. No need to run a huge machine like 350 to pick up little sticks, because you're just burning a lot more fuel for what you're accomplishing versus this. No need to burn 7 gallons an hour, 8 gallons an hour when you can burn 4 gallons an hour with this. So getting the fire pile back sorted through and stacked up. We'll rake this mess up right here and we'll put that in a pile. And when we dig our hole to get our dry dirt to fill in the driveway over there, we'll just swap it back out with this and it'll all work out. See, the wind can't make up its mind on where it wants to go. Robert was back there in the back with the dozer and he sent me a picture. I haven't even looked at the pond down there. I could tell some water flowed to it, but it was so muddy I didn't want to go down there. But it looks like the whole bottom of the pond is just about covered. So we got more rain than I was expecting here last night, which would explain why it is so dang wet. My uncle called me and he said he only lives, well, I live closer than he does, but I only got a ½ inch of rain, but he said he got 1 3/4 inches. He's only 5 miles away from me, so I'm gonna say what they got, the 1.5 to 2 inches of rain up here, because it's just not that wet at my house. There was a lot of runoff coming off that hill into the pond, so that's good for the pond. Not good for grading. Not good at all. Alright, one more rake these piles of stuff up and get it all combined into these ashes, and maybe it won't be so bad when it's time to clean this mess up. Well, they got all that disced up and planted, so, and then 2 inches of rain. Looks like my ditch worked pretty good. Looks like I need to make it a little bit deeper, as we lost a fair amount of runoff right there. But it looks like the bottom of the pond has got water in it. So I'm gonna walk down here with the 220. I'm gonna grab some of these stumps and bring them down here. And my plan was to put them in the pond, so I guess I'll see if I can get down there to it and see what I can do to get some stumps in there. It never fails though. We got some pretty good washing right here. Might have to take the mini excavator with the grading bucket and kind of make these ditches a little bit better. But yeah, definitely got some water in it. I have a feeling that his grass seed washed away too, unfortunately. Last 2 stumps for the pond, so it's about 5 feet deep out there in the center. I know it doesn't look that way, but I was all the way to the bottom windshield when I went out there to put some other stumps in there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 6 and 7 stumps. So that should give the pond a little bit of fish habitat. I'll put this one right here, and I'm gonna take this one and turn it upside down. Put it right. Well, I might just leave that one like that. I don't know if it'll stay upside down or not. When you put them upside down, it kind of gives the fish a nice little, like a canopy to hang out up under. So that's some good fish structure for the pond there now. Yeah, it looks like it's about to start raining. So I'm gonna go up here and rake around the fire a little bit more, and we might end up calling it an early day today. stuck. A little bit muddy right there. All right, got the dump truck moved. We're gonna hook to the fuel trailer. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, we'll be back, but they're calling for rain tonight, and there's really nothing I can do as far as grade. This stuff's got to dry out, so we're gonna hook to the fuel trailer and go to our other clearing project to work on tomorrow. If it doesn't rain, we'll be back over here. Got to put the overflow pipe in the pond down there and finish blading over all this. Dig a hole back over there behind that tree, bury that mess, and haul a little bit of dirt up here to kind of level this out just a little bit. That is the plan for that. Let's get this fuel trailer hooked too, and if it's still not raining, we're going to go ahead and take that graptor rake off and put the bucket back on.